Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge.
Here's the expansion. They're no longer alone. It's a little small box. What you'll probably do is you'll just slap it inside here and throw this away if you want to, and everything can be stored in this box quite easily. But I wanted to open this up and kind of show you. It does come pretty jam-packed in here. You can see there's not a lot of empty space. You're going to get a rule book inside. So this is cheaper, but like I said, just throw it in. You get a rule book, table of the contents. You're going to get 30 event cards, 20 object cards, and 20 character cards. Shows you these are, you can use just the object cards, just the character cards, or the event cards, whatever you want to do. A little bit of explanation of each of those and kind of how they work. An example on the back, etc. So, very easy. Not really a rule set as much as an explanation. So, what are we going to get here? I'm going to go through, and I'm going to assume you know how to play the base game a little bit. So, we'll take a look at each of the character cards. So, he can eat wood, 2 wood instead of food. Power can be used even if there's no shortage. If I draw the black ball by taking the wood action, he can put it back and redraw. I have a priority for a place on the raft, so he always gets a place on the raft, but not for food and water. With Scavenger, when a player dies, he always sees one of their wreckage cards before any other player. At the beginning of each turn, I can designate another player and swap one of my cards at random with them. Now, the child doesn't need a place on the raft, but can't collect more than 2 water, 2 wood, or food per round, and I can't leave the island alone on the raft. Players playing the bodyguard just before and right after me cannot be targeted by a gunshot. I'm the only one who can shoot them. On his turn, he can perform 2 actions, but he consumes 2 water and 2 food each round. Once per game, I can swap the number of characters in front of other players, but I must keep mine. Once per game, I can discard 2 wreckage cards for 2 water, 2 food, or 2 wood. I don't eat, but she does drink, and can only collect 1 resource fewer for each water or food action I take. The Naturalist. All my wreckage cards are placed in front of him face up. Once in the game, you can make somebody else reveal theirs. And then the Underwear is a way to combat him. So if you have the Underwear card, you can play on him and his power no longer affect. If a player uses their action to draw a card from the shipwreck, I look at the card first. When taking a fish action, collect 1 extra fish for each 2 fish and 3 fish ball drawn. If you draw 1 fish, it gives you 0. It's too small. I can collect 1 water in a 0-drop water, but I can only collect 2 in a 3-drop. I cannot take the same action the player before me took. If I die, all my cards are lost. In 0-drop water, I can spend a wood to collect 2 water. I provide 2 extra fish if I am cooked with the barbecue kit. I begin the game with 1 extra wreckage. So he gets an extra wreckage, but can be easily targeted for that food. I do not consume water, but I take 2 places on the raft. And once per game, I can take a discarded card in my hand, except the fruit basket. So that's the time traveler. You're also going to get some additional cards. The one I think is the funniest is the cat. If food rations are 0, you can play this to gain 2 food, get another gun, another bullet. You're going to get some water, extra sandwiches. Hollow Point requires a gun can go through sheet metal. I'll get to that in a second. Water rations are at 0. You gain a water. A Ducky Float, draw 2 cards when performing the search direct action. Look at them both, keep 1. Wooden Crate, you gain 2 wood. Metal Detector, draw the top 4 cards in the wreckage. You can keep any bullets in sheet metal. Choose another player to immediately perform a collect wood action. You choose the number of balls they draw. If a weather card shows a 0, it's considered a 1. The object is usually, it's a diet magazine. It's not going to help you. Spend exactly 2 water to gain 2 food. Associated with the axe allows me to kill one of my neighbors. The axe is discarded. A concave play, if someone shoots me, it ricochets and hits the person on the left. Hilarious. Beginning with the first player, each player gains a wreckage card to their left, and still a permanent card in front of another player that's put in front of you with the taser. So here's the event cards. They're going to have a 3, 2, 1 on the back. So you're going to set 12 of these up. So you're going to take all the 3s, all the 2s, and all the 1s, shuffle them, and then you'll set up 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 until you have 12 cards. I'm not going to go through all of these. I'll just show you what some of these do. So these are random events. Some will be good, some will be bad, some will be neutral. So Volcano Rumble, the first player decides to sacrifice a player or lose 2 food, 2 water. Barter, you spend 2 resources to gain 2 other resources. Island Duty, others introduce a tax. So choose which resource will be taxed. Each time the corresponding action performed, 1 resource will be taken. This is secret storage. This is pretty cool. Each player draws a wreckage card. That's pretty nice. Prisoner. The first player of the round keeps his card. Each round, including this one, they can use the prisoner to take another action of theirs. The prisoner consumes extra food and water. Looting. Discard 3 wreckage cards of your choice or lose a water and a food. So these will just do different things. Some are good. Charity. Each player with 2 or fewer cards in hand receives a wreckage card. Happy birthday. The first player reveals the top wreckage card and adds it to their hand. So just different events that will pop up. And each round you'll have one of these come up. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 1, a 2, a 3. So what do I think about this expansion? This is one I would go ahead and add in. So these cards, I don't really see any reason why you just wouldn't get these wreckage cards and go ahead and put them in the game. The event cards, this can be a little wacky. Adds a little wackiness to the game. Maybe not start with those when you first started playing. And I think after my first or second play, I think these are really cool to add in. Adds a little bit more of a variety to the game, a little bit of a wrinkle in it, and gives you another reason why not to vote this person out over that person, because somebody might have a power that you want to utilize or need, and it might make them less attractive. So I think this adds a lot of strategy to the game for, a light party game. And this would go in immediately, this would go in after a few plays, and this would go in probably somewhere in the middle. You could even knock this in your first play if you really wanted to have this, which I wouldn't be against that. Really good expansion. I actually feel like this makes the game better. I liked it. The powers, something I will always play with now. The event cards are really fun and kind of get into the theme. And then more cards, nothing wrong with that. So a great little package here.